Hello and welcome to the second season of my XCOM Long War Let's Play series. I'm Sero. Going to be playing on Classic once again. This will of course be an Iron Man playthrough. This time I'm going to disable Operation Slingshot and Progeny. As much as I enjoy these, and I really do, I think they introduce a great deal of variance and increase the chances of a premature campaign. So I will disable them. They're good if you can do them in the long run. They have some really big rewards, not to mention the extra troops. But, it will take such a long time to get into the late game anyway. I'd rather make the early game a bit easier. You'll notice I'm enabling Bronze Man mode. This does permit the restarting of missions. However, I promise that I'll only use this in the event of the map spawn bug, which sometimes takes place on Max that I'm playing on. Commander's Choice, I like Perfect Information. This lets us see enemy to hit values, but it's a very minor thing. Recon, you can see Meld in the fog. This is how things were in the very first builds of Long War, and I'm quite fond of it, so I'll leave that on. Again, it's a pretty minor thing. Otherwise, I think that's everything. Let me just look over it again. Commander's Choice allows us to choose what we'll promote our troops to. It's pretty essential, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. This is a pretty vanilla sort of a playthrough. Alright, let's do this. I've decided I'm going to skip the cinematic as well. In the interest of making the video a little bit shorter. I'm going to assume a certain kind of baseline familiarity with the game, or at least with my previous Let's Play series, and I did play the cinematic there, so if you really want to see it, you can go watch it. I can't remember where I started the last campaign, but I'm certainly very fond of starting in Egypt. The most difficult thing about XCOM in the early game is the air war, and I don't think there's any project which gives you as big a boost in fighting the air war as Egypt's For the Sake of Glory. You begin with advanced repair in the foundry. This gives your aircraft a faster repair time, as well as your mechs and soldier gear too. And these are actually, like, the repair mechanic in Long War can be one of the most unfun things at times. I once had a campaign where I'd just gotten mechs, and then one of them got damaged, and then the base assault happened while the mechs were being repaired, and I'd spent all this time trying to get the mechs in time so that we'd have them before the first base assault. So having advanced repair early it reduces the chances of that kind of thing from happening. So it's well worth it.
We're heading to South Africa for this one, and we need to get down there fast. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
Alright, so we're touching down for Operation Vengeful Vengeance in Tembisa, South Africa. This is a really unusual map. It's actually a map that's usually only played in the Slingshot, the Annette DLC anyway, but in Long War it's been added to the regular map rotation. It's a roadway, but it has very unusual cover depending on where you are in the map. Looks like we touched down right near the meld, so that's nice. Normally this map is dominated by snipers and LMGs up in the high ground. Oh, okay, it looks like we're touching down at the opposite end of the map from the meld. Yeah, this is where you normally have to get to rescue an
Strike one, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
As always, I like to meet the team. Abdulaziz Badawi. Good aim, not much health, but he does have a couple AP grenades. Isa Lassini with a laser sight, pretty good aim. She's got maybe an alloy plate as well. Caden Hagen, terrible aim despite his laser sight. Does have some decent health though, and his mobility's not bad either. Jack McCauley with a flashbang, mediocre aim. Sultan Shahan, slightly above average aim. And Aisato Obiang also with pretty decent aim. Not a bad squad of rookies by the looks. I think what we can do... So this is a nice big wall blocking line of sight. I think as long as we don't take this cover, we should be okay to move up. Let's just push forward like this.
Headed there now.
Got it covered.
Okay, see, what we don't want to do is go around this way, because that might topple line of sight. I mean, pretty unlikely, but...
Aye, aye. On the move.
Je me remue.
Okay, that looks good for now. What is nice about this map is that because it's a roadway, the engagements are very, front on, so there's little chance that we get flanked or engage multiple pods at the same time. And we can always very safely fall back. Okay. I think I'll just push up.
I'm on the move.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
Okay, so we've got a double activation. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, though.
Welcome.
Because we can simply set overwatch traps. I'm actually tempted to just dash a troop. No, I think we need to fight in... Well, how much heavy cover is there to go around? We want our better aim troops in the cover. 66, that's good.
Ça roule.
Really only got 2 pieces of heavy cover, so I think I am actually going to dash somebody up there. Let's see. Who else has good aim? Oh, he's got...
Position confirmed.
I think I see what I'm going to do. Okay, Shahan has good aim. Can go there. I'll put Isa Lassini. Okay, she can go there. You can come here.
Heading out.
And then what we'll do with these troops is aim to get them into the high ground.
Got my eyes.
Je reste en observation, Commander.
Okay.
Damn it! Enemy is still alive.
That's unfortunate. Ah, dear.
Incoming over here.
This drone is the big threat at the moment. Both because it's liable to steal our overwatch, because it's harder to hit, and also because its damage resistance, yeah, makes it tougher to kill. That's really good that we've scored a first hit on it, though.
Le tir n'a pas fait mouche.
The Sectoids will be free to push up now because our overwatch is all gone. Okay. We do have some good shots on that drone. What I think we'll do is, yeah, if we can't kill it with Obiang and some of the others,
J'ai raté la cible.
we'll simply just think where we can sort of safely fall back to shoot at it from. Yeah, probably here.
Good to go.
I want to put this troop in a position where they won't be seen by sectoids. Okay.
I'll get him next time.
Let's see. Actually.
Getting it done. On my way. There we go.
What's the value of the high ground?
Their weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
Heading to that location.
Just trying to bait them into
Moving to Overwatch.
our Overwatch. Perhaps here.
Heading to that location.
No. Okay. Let's get back into the cover. We don't want them to be shooting spam at us. We want to encourage them to press up. Very good. Sort of wish I'd put a third troop in that tower. Okay.
Moving.
On my way. Roger. I've got my eyes
I
on.
feel, Commander.
Got it covered. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Here, I think we simply
Aye, aye, Commander.
let them come to us.
Come get some.
I'm actually going to pull back to this position, and it's because this trooper won't be able to shoot to her left. So I think it's better to have the, the shot up the
You hear that?
line. Okay, so we have 5 sectoids. I should say I'm playing a mod which has a counter of for how many active aliens are on the map.
I'm on it, Commander.
And I think we'll just continue to hold here. Oops. I don't want to push up because the sectoids will be on Overwatch, and none of our troops have lightning reflexes. This is the downside of playing on a roadway for our first mission, of course. We could try inching forward a little, but that just seems very risky. Let's try just move forward to here.
Chargez!
I'll reload her.
Scanning.
Giving up on the meld, but that's not such a big deal. One option could be for us to sneak forward from here, but even still, I don't like it. I think we'll just control it a little more. Just to there.
Headed there now.
There and there.
Got it.
Scanning.
Il y a quelque chose là-bas.
Oh no.
Je peux bouger. Il me canarde.
I was worried I'd pushed up a bit too far there. I think we just keep falling back. I'm not in love with the idea of trading shots with the sectoid, but there's not too much else we can do here. Although, hold on. Okay, so I'm also playing with a mod that acts as a line of sight indicator, and it looks like we can actually fall back from this position. Excellent. And just
That's affirmative.
continue setting Overwatch traps. Okay. Let's hope the sectoid continues to pursue us. Looks like he is. Ooh, getting a shot on us. Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Okay, so she's panicked. Now, can our troops in the tower hit? Looks like they can. Macaulay's already got a kill, so I'll refrain from shooting with him. Okay, let's go with Hagen first with the carbine.
Shot wide.
Okay, I'm actually going to just... This is slightly greedy,
Get in
but
there now.
duck down with Macaulay
I'm on
so
it,
that Lassini
Commander.
is in position to shoot. Oh, trying to spread the kills around. Okay, that's good.
Taken care of.
And now with Overwatch,
Got my eyes on.
Overwatch, and I think what I'll do is she's
Roger
hunkered
that.
down, so we'll just Overwatch from this position instead,
Scanning.
and then heal her in the full cover next turn, or whenever she wakes up.
Tout de suite.
Affirmative. I'm on the move.
Very good.
Quit your bitching.
Looks like she didn't actually take too much damage there, thanks to ceramic
Roger
plate.
that. Scanning.
I've got my eyes on.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Hey, you hear anything?
I'm going to try just
Position
inching
confirmed.
forward, perhaps to this position with Macaulay.
I'm on the move.
I think we've learned that sitting back here isn't great. Perhaps just that little bit further back behind the car might be okay.
Bien sûr. Je surveille
I
le
see you,
coin.
Commander.
Got it covered.
On Overwatch. I'm on it.
Come get some.
Okay, I'm going to inch forward. Let's hope the sectoids haven't figured out that the best cover is up there.
Roger that.
I'm using Macaulay because he's got fairly decent hit points. Okay. Let's bring her up and get some
Roger
reloads
that.
going.
Tout de suite.
Okay.
Je reste en observation.
Good to go.
Oops, didn't mean to
Come
reload.
get some. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Good to go. I feel, Commander.
You hear that?
Okay. So here we do have a sectoid who we might be able to shoot
Me
at.
remue.
Let's try moving up. Excellent.
Le
Okay.
tir n'a pas fait mouche.
Here what I'm going to do is push
Roger,
up to this heavy
tracking.
cover. This way we can... Yeah, we've got Overwatch.
Scanning.
Good to go. Overwatch.
So we've pushed the squad
Will
up
do.
as far as we can in a safe fashion. I tend to think the sectoid is going to run just straight backwards into a position where Bardawi is unlikely to hit it, so I'm actually going to shoot now. That could be a mistake, but
Missed the target.
okay. And then we'll have
Moving to
Hagen
Overwatch.
and
I
Lassini
see you,
cover
Commander.
from the high ground. Let's hope there isn't a sectoid right behind that burnt out vehicle. Yeah, he's going backwards. Sometimes there's a bug in XCOM where
Adjusting
even though
A, got
they're
no ammo.
running and they're out of cover, they get counted with the full cover. Oh, looks like we got one here, look.
Incoming fire.
Okay. I sort of wonder whether we could try circling around and getting a shot on this sectoid, but it's not very easy to move up on it, and we know there's a sectoid there, we can see it. It's mine merge, so we can't really push up. I think the thing to do is just step
Moving
back
out.
with Macaulay,
Ready to rock.
reload,
I feel, Commander.
Overwatch.
and
Aye, aye.
Overwatch with everybody.
Moving to Overwatch.
Okay.
That's a load of
Good.
bull.
Oh no, he's gonna get a shot on that guy. Okay. Well, Macaulay can step out. Okay, I think what we'll do, take shots out of the heavy cover, and if we're unable to kill it, we'll have Macaulay throw a grenade. Okay. Very nice.
I'm about Need to a start keeping resupply. score.
Alright, I think we need to get the rest of our squad up.
Moving to designated position. I'm on it.
On Overwatch.
10-4.
Okay, we're still up against 3 sectoids. And we
Got
do
it,
need to
covered.
reload with Badawi.
Locked and loaded.
Happy just to... Let's see. Alright.
Heading there
Hagen
now.
has a little bit more health, so I'll put him in the half cover. And we'll just continue to Overwatch.
What was that?
We absolutely cannot move forward from this position. Perhaps to the right, but not in here, because I'm sure they're just sitting back here overwatching. I may consider pushing up the... along the car here. Okay, this is a bit of a gamble, but I'm going to dash a troop up.
Double time.
See what we can see. We'll just overwatch with everyone else. Get...
Aye, aye, Commander.
Overwatch.
Okay. See, that's no good. We don't want to go up the... Right, perhaps if we just duck around the corner.
Got it covered.
See what we can see. Okay, coast is clear there.
Got it covered.
In which case, I will dash her
D'accord.
up. If she can make it, actually. Okay, good. Okay, she's got much better aim than he does, so pull
Move
Macaulay
into
back.
position.
Moving.
Bassini up.
I'm rolling.
Across. Oops. And... okay. Might dash.
I'm on it, Commander.
Badawi up to the car. At minimum, it's good to have some grenades on the front lines, even if we don't have line of sight.
Vous avez entendu?
Okay. I think the move here is to
Je suis en
duck
route.
back this way. Can't see anything. Let's
Position
try it like
confirmed.
this. Okay. Looks like we might be able to get a shot
I'm
from
on
here.
it, Commander.
Alright. Aha.
Taken care of.
Okay. Now, I think Macaulay, who's somewhere around here. Let's see if we can get some grenades. No. Macaulay. Alright, not going to be in range. Alright, we're not going to have grenades. How many sectoids remaining? 2. Okay, I think what I'm going to do...
Heading there now.
is try and get Badawi into a position from where we can kind of go after them more aggressively.
Solid copy. Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Now, I think we just want to shoot here. I don't think it would move forwards towards us. There's nowhere it could move into that would be in cover. And there's a chance if we shoot and kill that it can't shoot back, so I'm going to take it. Overwatching doesn't really... It shoots back anyway.
Damn it. Enemy is still
Je surveille
alive.
la zone.
Oh, very nice. No luck though.
Merde. Mon arme est vide.
Alright, well that was a very strange move, but we'll take it. Okay, let's just poke the dolly to here. Okay.
Dead and gone.
I decided to shoot with Shahan because this is actually quite an exposed position.
Okay.
Okay, I think we should be able to move up like this with this car acting as, as a blocker for line of sight. Okay, this turn, I think we want to pull back a little bit.
Affirmatif.
Pull back like this.
On peut y aller.
I'm worried about something coming up on that side, basically. Okay, Macaulay. Okay,
Overwatching.
Moving to Overwatch.
just overwatch these positions. Okay, still not much luck. No, I think it's time
J'y
to...
vais.
Heading out.
Those two troops will hold there. I'm going to dash Macaulay
An
up.
ass.
Also,
Roll in there.
Hagen.
Come get some.
Roger that. Scanning.
Got it covered.
Bien sûr. Je surveille le point.
Okay. I wonder if it's back in here.
You hear that?
My one concern is that it comes up this way. We're not really covering that position too well. What we'll do is stick our heads out this direction. And there it is. Alright. Let's just see which of my troops still need to kill. This is the experience of the troops. Okay, doesn't look like... Okay, I'm gonna just
Got it.
move Shahan up like that, and then there we go.
Je me remue.
Look at that, we can get Obi hammer shot. Let's see if she can take it. No, that's a shame.
À côté.
Now, this is the last sectoid. I think we may actually be safe to take this position.
On my way.
Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, because in order to flank us, he's going to have to go right back here, and I don't think there's line of sight. So I think we're alright.
Kill confirmed.
But Lassini is pretty uninterested in
Okay.
in checking
I'm
for
on it,
hypotheticals,
Commander.
I guess. Okay, we just want to make sure we don't...
Okay.
Oops. Oh, I didn't really want to go over the roof.
Reloaded.
No harm done.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Come get some.
Just wanted to make sure we didn't reveal any more of the map than we already had. There's probably one more pod. Probably want to do... perhaps just a relatively small move
Affirmative.
to here. And... yeah, I think I'm okay with us going to... maybe we'll go
Getting
wide
it done.
to there. Okay.
Will do.
J'y vais.
On my way.
Moving.
Probably okay to about there.
On Overwatch. Ready to engage.
Back online.
Eyes on the prize. Moving to Overwatch.
Ok, je surveille la zone.
Shut
I
up.
possibly shouldn't even be reloading. Because we want to, take any chance we can get to actually hit the sectoids on Overwatch.
Heading to that location.
Okay,
Moving out.
let's move the squad up.
Copy that.
Ça roule.
Yes, Commander.
On it.
Alright.
Je surveille la zone.
There's not too much of the map left, and there's not very much cover, so if we activate them, we're probably falling back. Alright, let's try going... Yeah, I think I see what I want to do. We want to go around to the right. See if we can set up some hammer and anvil.
Je me remue.
Split the squad into 2 groups.
Heading out. Solid copy.
I hear you, Commander.
Got my eyes on. Quiet. Do you hear something?
Okay.
Getting it done.
Let's go.
Copy that.
That's affirmative.
And here, what we'll do is just move
On my way.
on the edge of the
Target
land.
acquired.
Oh no. Did not expect that was going to trigger. Very unfortunate. Okay. It's okay though.
Will do.
Je bouge.
Take that position.
Heading to
Fall
that
back with
location.
Badawi. Not really any heavy cover for Lassini to fall back into, so we'll just go as far back as we can
I'm on the
get.
move.
And then
Moving to position.
I think we can overwatch with everyone here. Come on, Obiang, get your promotion.
J'ai raté la cible.
She's really had a rough shooting mission. Oof, possibly should have overwatched. Hunkered down there instead. In fact, oh dear, that's gonna be bad. Okay. Good thing Macaulay's got his alloy plate on. Can we fall back in any direction where we can't be seen? Looks like we can. Let's
Will
just
do.
push back. That's Obiang. Obiang's the troop who's been shot, but I think she's okay in the heavy cover there.
J'ai plus de munitions. Raté.
And then what we want to do is
Heading there now.
have these troops sort of cycle around.
Moving.
I'm here, Commander.
Scanning.
Watch with everyone else.
X-ray neutralized.
Good shooting.
That is not good.
Enemy is still alive.
Oh, Macaulay. Jeez. Alright. How many sectoids remaining? 2. Well, we've got to get Macaulay out of there. Can we simply lob a grenade and kill it? That's unlikely to kill. Can't really go along here because we might get flanked. I think this is a situation where we just have to go for we outnumber them, so we just take our shots. All right.
I'm on the move.
And I guess the other option was falling back further, but
Adjusting aim.
Yes, Commander.
I think now actually
Damn it.
we may be able to get a grenade on him. Okay, I'm going to move
Roger that.
McCauley into this position. Oh, okay. That is not good. Alright, I did not expect that he would be visible. We just have to dash back here.
Je me remue.
Yeah, he falls back.
I'm on it, Commander.
Let's see if Shahan can get a kill with the AP grenade.
Throwing grenade.
Commander, you may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies.
Okay,
Just
the one
something to
sectoid
consider.
left.
Got it covered. Roger that. Scanning.
And here I think we want to
J'ouvre l'œil, commandant.
just overwatch with everybody.
That's affirmative.
Or, actually, at this point I'm going to take less risk. Hunker down with the remaining troops, and McCauley can just
I'm on
sit
it,
back
Commander.
here, he's done.
Roger.
We can't bring him anywhere near because the sectoid could always use psychic attacks, even if he's in full cover. Okay.
I'm on it, Commander.
Sectoid continues to hold there. And what we want to do is push up into a position where the sectoid cannot see us. Yes.
Let's do
very
this.
good. Okay.
Double time.
Okay.
Ok, je bouge.
Overwatching.
And we'll pin it with Overwatch.
I'm on it, Commander.
Okay. Okay, I think we might be able to get a
Aye, aye,
grenade off
Commander.
here.
Batter up.
I think that's it.
Good work out there, Strike One.
If I may, Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Thank you, Valen.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander.
Okay, I'm just going to skip that. Let's see. So, Obiang, that's right, she missed all her shots. Those wounds are unfortunate, especially McCauley out for 22 days.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is awaiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
Everyone came home alive, and that is the main thing.
Every member of the Council is going to want satellite coverage, so we should plan our deployments carefully.
Our aim is to have satellites over Africa by the end of the month. Then we'll head for North America.
Ah, Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Okay.
We've still got some room to grow up here. But if we really want to expand our facilities, we're going to have to start excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately, the deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
So steam always has to go in a column, because you need steam on the first level. So I think we'll put our steam along here. Satellites here. We can put labs here. We can put workshops here. And then this way we can go like this and actually, maybe even have a little steam square here and then alien jail, something like that. That's not too bad. Now, let's see. An uplink takes how long to build? 21 days. Whereas I believe a satellite takes 25 days. So what we'll do is build... Oops, some on-offs, okay. Like build 12, because I think that's the maximum number of troops you can bring on a mission. A bit excessive, but it'll be fine. Get a motion tracker, and then we need 2 satellites.
Commander, our current satellite uplink facilities are at full capacity. We should build additional uplinks as soon as possible to allow for new satellite deployments.
What we need to do is ensure we get... actually... No, I think we should excavate that.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
What we want to do is ensure that within 9 days we start building an uplink here so that it can be done in time.
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
Okay, the project to reverse engineer begins. And it's good to start with xenobiology. Sectoid corpses open up council requests for sectoid corpses, and they give you scientists as a reward.
Every alien we use explosives against is one less opportunity to recover new artifacts.
When selecting a specific jet within the hangar, you can choose to modify its current weapon loadout to best serve our needs.
Let's see, spider web, sure. Chainsaw cats. Okay, we'll give chainsaw stingray. I tend to go one stingray for medium UFOs and everyone else on avalanche. Give ourselves the best possible chance to shoot down scouts. Alright, I think that's everything we need to do. Let's just have a look at the barracks. There's a sniper, that's good. By the sort of mid-game, I try to have 6 squads of 8 troops. I don't really use infantry very much. Basically, of that squad of 8 troops,
Commander to mission control.
I always take 2 gunners until I get
mission
max. So that's a saw gunner who's got heat ammo, and an LMG gunner, a long-range gunner, who's the officer. And the reason I can accommodate that is that I only ever bring an infantry or an assault. The infantry and assault in my squads fulfill the tank role. You give them a reinforced armor plating, which makes it easier for the aliens to shoot them in heavy cover, and you buff them up with lots of armor and perks that make them able to absorb damage. And so their role is basically to sit there and get shot at, keeping the rest of your squad safe and absorbing damage. The reason that I don't go for Overwatch infantry in particular is that it actually takes a very long time for infantry to become really effective. They don't get Sentinel for ages. They don't get suppression for a very long time, and in particular the lack of suppression in the early game is a big liability to me. Gunners get suppression straight away, so I find them just in the early game so much more powerful and better at managing combat than infantry. So that's kind of why I go that way. And the reason I do like some infantry to be tanks is that on maps like roadways, assaults are not very useful, and so having a suppression infantry who can tank for you is good. I only build a couple of them. Mostly you have assaults. I tend to use my grenadiers as I don't give them
Commander
sapper,
to mission control.
but I
Commander to mission control.
but I still kind of let them carry grenades, especially once they get to alien grenades. They're able to blow up cover with a reasonable degree of regularity. Anyway, we can talk more about squad makeup later. But looks like we've got some good troops. Lots of high aim. Yeah, a lot of high aim troops. That's excellent. That's really the main thing I look for. Then I'm kind of looking for mobility. You know, there's a troop who could make a good grenadier, for example. And troops like this with high mobility, high aim are great because they make good rocketeers. I have my rocketeers be Overwatch troops along with my medics. And so you really want like 14 mobility and 65 plus aim for those rocketeers. There's another one.
Commander to mission
Okay,
control.
we've got at least a couple.
Commander to mission control.
Alright. Let's spin the hologlobe. I think we've done everything. Yep, 2 satellites. So we're hoping for an early abduction, so that we can get some cash to build our satellite uplink. Okay, this is not good.
Excavation complete.
3 days to go. If it doesn't come through, we're going to have to cancel a build on one of the satellites.
Commander,
Okay, this will be
we're
an
detecting a
abduction.
new contact, much larger than anything we've previously encountered. I recommend we scramble our best-equipped fighters if we're going
we've
to
got a
engage
roadway.
that ship. We haven't scrambled our fighters to intercept the latest UFO contact. Let's hope it doesn't do any serious damage. Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
Part of me wants to send out a scout with the squad. You usually want to at least level up a few troops. Normally I prefer to have a bit more health on a scout, like 4 health is good. But I know it's only a light abduction. Alright, I'm gonna risk it. We're going with all rookies here. Sure, Ben Lynch. Habib, good aim. Let's take one of those potential rocketeers. Alright, she looks fine. Actually, I should probably prioritize the ones who look really good. 1464. There we go. That's a really good rocketeer. We've got one of the snipers. Now we want to find somebody who could be good with an LMG. I tend to like troops that have very poor mobility. They make, and decent will, they tend to make good LMG gunner officers. Somebody like, actually that's not too bad, although I tend to like a slightly better aim than that if possible. There we go. That's a good troop to be an LMG gunner. Okay, and then maybe someone who can... oops, hold on. Mendoza. And then let's have someone who could be a saw gunner. So on a saw gunner I like to have decent mobility, decent health, and decent aim. Ooh, whoops. Apologies. I actually do have my power cable here. It's just not in properly. Okay. Let's see. That's not too bad. I quite like having troops with 14 mobility as my gunners, because the saw is kind of heavy. Looks like there isn't really anyone like that though. Let's see. Someone with sort of 4. Yeah, they'll do. Okay, and then maybe one more all-roundery type. Actually, this troop looks promising. They could be pretty decent. I quite like troops with 12 mobility and good aim. I find these troops make quite decent Overwatch medics. Medics get boosts to mobility, so you can promote troops with reasonably poor mobility and it gets offset. Alright, so let's just start by kitting out the scout. Certainly a carbine, give them the motion tracker, and an AP grenade so that they have a chance to kill something. Because they've got 5 health, they should be fine. I tend to give troops with only 3 health a ceramic plate. Okay, this trooper has decent aim, so I'll give them a medkit. Good to find someone else who could carry a medkit. Yeah, this troop could do it. Okay. I tend to prefer to have... Well, I was about to say I like to have an HE grenade, but we're going onto a roadway, and often the cover is not... often the cover on roadways are vehicles, and you can't... Even though you can blow up the vehicle and it will explode, you can't get rid of the cover. So HE grenades, especially without sapper, are not very useful on roadways, I find. Better just to bring a whole bunch of APs. I kind of would like to have a flashbang though, and I think what I might do is give this troop a flashbang instead. It doesn't mean we have one troop without an AP grenade, but flashbangs allow you to actually be aggressive sometimes. You can kind of cluster everyone in half cover, throw a flashbang, a smoke grenade on them, and then overwatch everybody even though they're in half cover. That can be quite effective. Okay. I think otherwise we're good to go. But I think I'll stop recording now and we can pick up and make this mission our second session. So I hope you've enjoyed things. A couple final points. From next mission on, I think I'll start doing a little, beginning each recording with a little quote or aphorism from various related, relevant pieces of kind of military literature or theory, but also from avenues beyond them as well that I think are applicable to the game and thought-provoking in different ways. Perhaps things just to do with strategy in general, strategy and tactics. I also will try and just spend as much time as I can explaining my thought process as playing through the game, as always. Just trying to think if there's anything else you guys need to know now. I don't think so. Let's wrap it up there, and we'll pick up next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure as always, and just quickly a couple of shout-outs to Greg and Estelle. Thanks for the support, guys. Really appreciate both of your encouragement. It makes it that much more fun to do these videos. Anyway, I'll see you next time.